Hello, everybody. It says I'm live. I'm not really sure when this kicks in, but I hope everybody's doing good. Jan, in fact, Jan, you're first on my list here. I got to apologize. And James from Laredo, I'm so glad y'all are looking forward to this. That just makes my day. In fact, I'm going to fix my camera a little bit there. So on that, working on getting my Canon camera hooked up and all that. So we'll see if we can't get a better picture. The difference between the two is night and day, but now I'm hardwired all the way up to the Xfinity, hardwired completely. So we're making gains a bit at a time, a bit at a time. Also looking at a switcher so we can drop in some either screen shares or insets or cutaway shots or something because we've got so much we want to look at and do, and try to keep these new and fun and try not to say the same old thing again and again. And my hope here was that we could get out of my shop, and visit some shops and talk to some people and have a good time with it. And we're all stuck in the house now. And let me tell you, stuck is right. Is anybody else feeling just, I'm tired of being inside. I go out, I don't even fill the truck up anymore. There's no point. Half a tank and I'm good for a month now. But I'm also going to try to do a better job over here. Try to do a little better job. I'm by myself here. So I'm going to do my best to keep up over there. But also too, I always try to open up, let's have some fun with it. Let's laugh some. And the reason I say that is being in the leather industry for so long, weirdly, the leather industry was never issued a sense of humor. I have felt that way for years and years, but I disagree. Let's have fun with it because that's one of the parts of the whole thing is enjoying the crafting of it and enjoying seeing the product come out the way we had hoped, or sometimes better, sometimes worse. We're not going to go there. Sometimes better, but also giving that product or wearing it ourselves or giving it to somebody. Let's see. I'm still waiting for the boss, but I guess we're. Oh, there we go. Okay, word from the boss. We're okay. I never really know. I don't set up my other computer kind of as a program, but it looks good. So I forgot where I was. I forgot. Oh, sense of humor, but well, that's the point. Let's enjoy this. That's it. And on that note, and I talked about this. Luckily, I'm getting ahead. I'm starting to get ahead on videos now. I'm working on one now, so going to be 3 weeks out. Yeah, finally. It's not. I haven't been caught up since January. But the point I wanted to make was this: got a video coming out on some cool borders, just some creative borders. Isn't that beautiful? The black and red. If I had my Canon camera, maybe we will soon, that would really pop. The point is, I started in the shop one morning. All right, going to make a video on the borders. I couldn't stop. I kept pulling out more scrap and cutting out straps, and I couldn't stop playing with the tools and come up with some great stuff. So it is fun. It is a blast, and I hope y'all feel that way. Okay, so over to my notes. I'm probably going to bounce back and forth like usual, but Jan, let me tell you, I apologize. Jan says I'm a guy. I grew up with Jan Michael Vincent. Grew up watching him. Sorry, man. I won't make that mistake again. But Jan, thank you. First up, happy to be here. I am too, y'all. Thank you so very much for every bit of this. Your comments have only made it about 80% through the comments from last week. I'm trying to get a video shot, and it's hard to break away because it kind of blows my roll and all that. But anyway, so I'm still working on the comments, but I think I got the meat of them. We got some good questions today. Oh man, Clyde A Drive, hump day. That's exactly, in fact, we're a little past that. This seems to kind of be the pinnacle of my week, and I hope y'all feel the same way. Once I get over this not get over it because it's a blast and I don't ever want to say goodbye, but it's kind of like, okay, first half of the week, front end is over. Now we got 2 days and then we got a weekend coming up, and it's James in Laredo. I keep complaining about hot, but yeah, I bet you are hot down there, but I hope everybody's doing good and staying indoors. And I thought this thing would be gone by now, but well, we're going to work through it. And we're crafters. We got something to do, don't we? Yeah, we got something to do while we're staying in the house. Okay, let's see. Okay, a couple from last week. Nancy Hoffman, thanks, Chuck, for your sharing. It is my pleasure. It's a great day in Northeast Indiana. I hope it is this Wednesday like last Wednesday. But kind of jumping back to that, the leather crafters, what do you want to know? And I always joke about this too, because if you have 4 leather crafters in a room, you have 8 opinions of how you should do it. And you're going to hear every one of them. But just, share. We're all about it, man. Share it. Let's see. All right, let's see. I also got one here. I just finished making the jewel roll with Pines Mills leather. I hope it came out beautiful. Master class in hand stitching and doing all those little stitch lines. But I hope it came out great. I hope it's going to last for years and looks good. Let's see. Okay, Scarlett Don McCauley. This is a cool one. Kind of goes back to your original point. Hello, I'm a new leather worker from Michigan. Okay, at least I'm starting to learn. Not sure you could call me a leather worker. Haha. You are. You make one cut, you're a leather worker. You sell one product, you're a pro. Cut and dry. There's no gray area there. You're a leather worker. So join us, please, and we'll laugh and cut up and trade good information with you. And you just joined a big friendly family. So come on in. The water is fine. Marco, I think I'm going to pronounce this probably badly. Karstik or Kristik, waves from Serbia. Waves right back to you, man. Thank you for being here, y'all. Again, these are from last week. Hard to keep up, and I'm going to do my best there. So let's see. In other news, okay, I know I'm going to push through this because I always get over here and don't want to go back. Let's see. Daniel Abelman, cements and glues. Yeah, got a video. It's either going to be out this Friday or next. I think I've got 2 in the queue. One on glue, just the 2 kinds of glue I tend to use the most, and they do everything for me. Just the white glue, the 5-inch, and the S18 does everything I need. So that's coming up. It got a couple of ways to apply there. That also, because like if you're doing a big briefcase, that little brush, no, but they're got a good way to add glue to a much larger area. Basically, it comes down to, am I going to tack to sew or tack for permanent? So white, tack to sew, permanent, go with the contact cement. But leather, right off the bat, so porous. Yeah, it's great for any kind of glue. So don't feel locked into those types of glue. Just about anything's going to work for us. We also go into using a rougher, which I try to avoid at all costs because that will rough us just as fast as it'll rough the leather. And I mean, it's like 2 grit sandpaper, but it is a big help from time to time. It's like the hand skyver. It's one of those things I stay away from, but it is a big help in a certain specific area. So we've got that coming to you as well. Bad news, Atlanta Ren Fair is canceled. They're going to push that back. Not that, everybody all over the country and the world, that's big news, but yeah, a lot of these are getting canceled. I'm going to push that back to the spring. So we're all going to hope. I'm over 2020. I'm just over it. I saw an article sometime back. It just was a perfect statement. Some small brewery had a semi truck of liquor wreck, and don't hold me to this, but it was like 27,000 bottles of scotch or bourbon or something. Their special wreck destroyed and the president of the company said, "Man, when is 2020 going to be over?" And I feel the same way. I was going to say it's been a good year, 50-50. Yeah, I'm on the fence on that one. Some it's been good, some it's been just awful. But okay, watch fan, almost done. Going to finish. Should have had that finished this morning, but I've been on this all day. Trying to prep for this. So that'll probably be out in maybe 2 weeks from this Friday. But hopefully it's a good one. It came out pretty good. I think it's a pretty easy, inexpensive project. Looks good. And we can wear it. It's one of those, again, leather work. We don't have to hang it on a wall and, hey, I love it as I walk by it. Wear it, use it, love it, and it's going to last for years. So, okay, so now crafter fail of the week. Now, this is one of those places I hope we can laugh. Yeah, well, sometimes it's too soon. After a while, we can laugh at some of these mistakes. Okay, well, Bob Haney says, I'll go first. Crafter fail, I mismeasured my thread length for the final part. Yeah, notice he said final part too, of a bifold. Realized very late into it, had to unpick and restitch. Man, I know, it's not funny when it happens. It may never be funny. And that's why you see in my videos, if I need 4 times my length, I'll probably go like 7, and I'll cut off 2 feet of thread. it's wasteful. It is wasteful, and that's not great. But I've done that so many times. I just use a lot of extra thread. Okay, first off, in the old days, we used flax. It's 18 inches long at best. A single fiber wasn't strong. So we started to bind that together with wax. So multiple, yeah. And the wax thread actually helps us. In fact, our product of the week is the Ritza. We've done it in the past. I'll come around to that. But we only had like 18 inches. So we had to sew, stop, not sew, stop, not sew. What a headache. The point I'm getting at is that nowadays, these spools of thread, I should have gotten a large one. I don't know if I've ever gotten to the little plastic spool thing. Is that technical industry term? I don't know if I've ever gotten to one of those. Maybe once in I don't know how many years I've been working leather. So the thread is relatively inexpensive when we think about it in a foot or meter or yard. So therefore, to me, I'll waste a good bit of thread just so I don't make a mistake. And the second mistake is to equal out my thread. Sometimes I'm paying attention to the project, and you're probably the same way. Our mind's on the project, and I'll get one piece of thread this long. This piece is too short. I've actually had to sew and then come back with one. Yeah, we do this a couple of times. We learn, let's get plenty of thread on there. But also, too, if it's a dyed project, we've got a long leader. That's going to suck up some of that dye or antique as we move through those chisel holes. So the thread that's laid down doesn't have any dye on it. So it looks a little bit better, too. Bob, sorry. I know, man. I don't mean to make fun of your mistake. It's just common if you're new to leather. It's going to happen. Yeah, you'll do things you didn't think were possible. But sometimes a cool idea comes out of those. It's not always. Not always. Sometimes a little bad language and some ugly gestures. But we're not going to talk about that. Okay, let's see. Let me jump back over here. I'm sorry if I'm falling behind. I'm going to quit apologizing, and I'm just going to work better. Barnaby Sanchez, Laredo, Texas as well. We've got some leather crafters in Laredo. Oh no, Thunderous Night. Not leather related, but hey, Chuck, haven't been here in a little while, but I'm back. And with 4 fewer teeth due to oral surgery, prayers are with you on that one. I hope it heals well. Same here, man. But get on the other side of that, whole health will change. I won't go too deep into that, but certainly work that way on this end. Let's see, Ethan Parker, bless your heart. I hope this is good. I hope y'all enjoy these. I tend to fly off track. I want to keep it leather and not about me. That's my 2 points. And they're like traps for me. Small shiny objects. Yeah. So rivets on the floor. Yeah. Totally forget what I'm thinking about. But also too, let's see, Ian McCullough, London. It's good to hear from you. New Orleans, Nick. Very cool. Oh man, the Big Easy, baby. Nova. Food. We're back to food. Well, that was a mistake. Did you say steak? Yeah. So hello to New Orleans, man. I hope y'all are doing all right. Christopher Gould. Good. It's good to be here with everybody. What a friendly, happy family all over the world. We can go to any country in the world, judging from this, and have friends. Immediately have friends. Let's see. You got to get into virtual reality. Man, okay. Yeah. Man, let's don't go there. I'm having a bad tech week. I say that every week. My desk phone. Remember Hal, open the pod bay doors, Hal? My phone tells me who I'm going to talk to. Yeah. And our thermostat tells us at what temperature we're going to live at. And we can't even get the pros to reset it. Lovely. So, yeah, we'll get there, won't we? Let's see. Okay. Missouri, Canton Ripfest. Dustin, nice to see all the other leather crafters from around the world. Hello from Missouri. Hello right back to you. That's exactly right. Let's see, Puffy Who, what's your opinion about Chinese sewing machines? They're very simple but durable. Utility. It's a very utility point. We in the U.S., man, let's dress that baby up. Let's make it look good. The steak and the sizzle. Whereas the Chinese it's more utility. It's more business. That's the end of it. So what I've seen is not bad, but American made, baby. Oh yeah, can't beat that at all. Yeah, little biased on that point. Let's see. Jim Jenkins, thank you very much. So happy you think so. Washington, Signe, let's see. Uh, oh man, okay. Michael, Tesson Handmade. They put me in a good mood. You could not, a better compliment could not be found. I hope so, and I'll do my best. Do my best on that. I certainly will. Thank you for that. Holland, the Outcasts. Okay, yeah, I've got a couple of chats here. Did some homework from last week. We'll jump over to that here in just a second. Okay, Dustin's my real name, but this account is for my days of making gaming videos. Discovered leathercraft and I haven't looked back. I hope that's cool to hear. That's good. Sounds like you're having fun with it and making some pretty stuff. That's, with the beginners. Oddly enough, about 99% of us, and it's almost critical in the industry. I've talked to a number of people. It's almost critical. About 99% of the people that jump into the leathercraft, they're happy with their first project. I was oddly surprised, and I'm trying to think back. I probably had a couple of. I was happy with it. Well, that gives us the desire to move on, and that's a key. So if you're that 1% and you struggled with it or you had a tough time, ask a question or send a comment in. Let's see if we can't help you out on that, because you'll be happy. A lot of times you're happier with your project than you think you would be. That happened to me a lot when I was kind of new at it. I was a little surprised at how well this came out. Didn't think it would. I think as you progress, you kind of lose that, and that's too bad. But you tend to lose that because you know your steps. You know how your antique's going to turn out, or your stitch line or whatnot. Now and then I'm surprised, particularly when we try something new, and I'm bad about that. And in my videos, I'm bad about trying to just diving into a whole new area. Mainly because the videos, I need these. I got a script, and these need to stay, and I need to make the product. I need to design it, and then make it, and then get a pattern. There's a lot of the prep actually takes a little more time than the videos. So I kind of fall away from that, of using the different projects. And in my position, I should be using everything I can get my hands on. And I do. I try to. The downside is I've got a lot of stuff. Working with Weaver, I get a lot of new stuff. I get most of everything that's new. What actually happens is it's not that I don't want to work. I said I get a little backlogged trying to try everything out because I need projects. And I tend to spend most of my time working on the projects, either for the leather elements or the videos, or so I kind of fall away from projects for myself, which is where all the experience and ideas and fails and goods, all that comes out of working on your own projects. And it is what it is. I work in that shop most of the day. We're back to talking about me. Let's stop doing that. Oh, okay, Ollie Wally, is that it? Okay, my first project was a little keychain and I stitched it so terribly. Oh, I hope not. It looked completely inconsistent, but I was still happy with it. There you go. It's still happy with it. Yay, good. So now you kind of have that desire to maybe step it up a little bit, or maybe make another keychain, and now we know why that stitch line wasn't as consistent as it could be. Perfect. That's exactly right. The learning curve. That's cool. Very cool. Let's see. Okay. Ricky Mellitzer. Good to see you too, man. Y'all, thank you for some great comments. Let's see. Paulie. Let's see. Nee. I'm an interior architect. I was going to go into architecture. How about that? Starting a leathercraft business, I designed a one-person workspace. Oh, man. You know what? You can Instagram us, Facebook us. Also on the website, there's a contact us email. Man, send a question in, and we'll see if we can't, we'll help. We're happy to help. Weaver is a 320-ish people that were just falling over themselves to help. So please do. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Stephen Brooker, what are good materials for liners that would be comfortable against skin? On this one, I don't have a lot of experience on the fabric side. The canvas, definitely not. That's more like sandpaper. On the leather side, Kipskin is a great liner. It's got a very nice grain to it. A kip skin is it's about a 2 to 3 ounce. It might be a 1 to 2 ounce veg, um, but it's beautiful. It's got a grain. It's hard to put glue on it, and because it's beautiful. The skive literally is like velvet. I don't want to put glue on that. I almost want to flip it around. But also our pig liner. Again, it's like a 1.5 ounce, maybe. So it's super thin. We don't really have to worry about it bumping up our exterior, our outside panel leather. So those are two good calls right there. But also chromes. There's all kinds of chromes out there that make great liners. In fact, on the watch band, I'm using our Lexi, the steel color, because I didn't have it over here. Anyway, the steel looks so good with the black watch case and the black stitch. But right there, that's a good thin weight, like a 3 to 4 ounce. That's going to bump up our weight a little bit, but it's supple, but it's got a little body. So yeah, making those combinations, you can try to do watch band. I wanted to do just something. Yeah, we talked about that last week. Anyway, I want to do something really pretty, but I backed up. Let's make it an easier project. And I think that's what we've got. Okay. Let's see. Let me back up. I know I keep losing my thread here. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, okay, let's see the outcast. Then this is a constant problem. When I'm using thin leather, it's hard to bevel the edge without bending or stretching it. Yeah, you probably get those ripples. The only thing I would say is use a contact cement right to your edge, overcut, glue, and then trim to size. So you know you've got no air pockets or holes there. And then I might say, like, say we're, without too much information, say we're doing an 8 to 9 with a 2 to 3 liner. I'll do an 8 to 9 bevel with a number 2, and then my liner bevel maybe a number 1 or a number 0, just so I don't bring that edge right down to a feathered edge, which will eventually peel. But that glue, that's going to hold it real well. If you get that glue right to the edge, that will certainly help, and it will certainly last. I've got stuff that's years old, and I've not had that edge come apart on me. Rock Leather Works from Canada. Hey, right back to you, Canada, our neighbor to the north. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Wayne Painter. Let's see. Stitched and finished a lighter case this morning. That's a cool project. Little project. Yeah. Let's see. Waiting with fiance doctor's appointments. Oh, well, I hope this will help pass some time. I hope so. Yeah. Beats 20-year-old magazines on the tables, doesn't it? Right? Highlights from when we were kids. They're still on the table at the doctor's office. I don't understand it. Yeah, okay, Carter DeBose. Do you plan on making a gun belt in a video? Yes. Yeah, full rig. That's on my list. I sent the boss a list of about 30 projects, maybe 30, 25. Just, as kind of a, hey, here's what we're doing, or here's all the ideas. And so now we've kind of been doing that. I mean, strict, one to the next to the next. Well, it was really just ideas, but gun belt is on there. Really want to make a nice gun belt, and we can do it. So yeah, that's in the works, y'all. Wow, I just gonna apologize again. I can't make these videos fast enough. That 30 something projects, that was like a year ago, and I've added another 30 or 40. It's like 4 pages long. I could use 2 of me or 3 of me making these videos. I wish I could make them faster. I'm not sure how to do that. But I'm always thinking about it. So if I can speed up the process, good. Yeah, we'll get more of these out there, because I want to do a bike, a hip. The low slung, it's like a biker's pouch, but it's almost like a gun. I don't know what we call them. I haven't looked that deep enough, but it's like a low slung pouch. That's got a leg strap on it. Looks really cool. Love the look of it. That's on the list. And I know. I wish I had the list in front of me. Snake gaiters. Also snake gaiters. We did leggings, but let's do a pair of really cool formed snake leggings. Some good gaiters. Leather. Perfect choice. We've probably all seen those plastic ones that, they snap onto your leg, and they're terribly uncomfortable. They'll work. That's the point. Let's add some class to those babies. Yeah, maybe do a little tooling on the corners, maybe some buckle billets, form it to our calf. I know I haven't gotten there, but we've gotten a couple of requests on that. So that's in the works. Snake gaiters, that's actually in the works. Let's see. Thomas Long, thank you for the comment. I hope you jump back in. working at a retail leather store, what I would notice is, and I was the same way, me again. But we tend to like do a project. I don't even know if we do this in school anymore. It was so much fun. I don't know what we do in school anymore. But we used to make a, like we all had, maybe not a shop class necessarily, but we all had a class where we would make a leather product. And I think in our class, we did a little wristband and we sold these to students. We'd put their initials in it, maybe a little butterfly or something. We'd sell them like 25 cents. Well, the point I'm getting at is that somewhere around our early, maybe to mid 30s, we remember that. And we remember having a good time with it. So we think about jumping back into leather, and it kind of makes sense because we're kind of in our mid 30s. We probably, our kids are on their way up. We've got a house. We're setting our career. We're kind of looking for something. Leather, perfect opportunity there. So yeah, just again a rant, but it kind of seems that way. It kind of seems we maybe come back in. And another big point is retirement. Always talking to folks that retire, they're looking for a craft simply to just for a craft, or they want to make a little money on the side. And me and my wife, we've always thought about, on retirement, get an RV and travel and maybe just do craft shows, and just sell leather goods. I love making the products, so that would fit together. Show life is a hard life. That's so maybe not full on show, but just hit some craft shows for the fun of it. So okay, rant there. We kind of went off into the woods. Got to try to come back now. Yeah, okay. Ryan Gillis, Chuck, I found an easy way to tan snake skin. I know you were discouraged from doing it often. Yeah, snakes is just a tough reptile is tough. It's just a real thin leather, and we have scales. Those can always be a problem, but at the same time, the color. A friend saw a copperhead. He took a picture of it, and it's one of the biggest copperheads. It was in his yard. Yay. Didn't kill it. He scooted it on. I don't know how. But it was the most gorgeous colors. They were crisp and vibrant. That's part of the trick is keeping those colors in there. So yeah, Ryan, man, if you nail a good way to tan, that's excellent. We might have some other folks ask. So that'd be good information if you want to, if it's not proprietary, right? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right, let's see. Pinste, Pentesike. Pentesike here in Norway, local leathercraft store gets everything from rhymes with candy, right? Competitor. Now, I think the next time I make an order, it's best to get it straight from Weaver. You're absolutely right. You'll be amazed at the difference. You'll be amazed at the difference in the quality. Yes, that's all. I know, not a sales pitch, but I certainly was. I was amazed. Really more, not just the leather, but the tools and the people and the shipping time. And I just couldn't be happier working at Weaver. It's a big building full of happy people. It really is. It's absolutely genuine. That's not a pitch. It's strangely, I'm a little freaked out. I'm not. No, I'm not. That's a joke. Anyway, a little bit. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, Flashpoint Bravo made some guitar pick pouches out of thin goat skin. That's a cool project. Small, but very cool. Great gift for the guitar player, isn't it? Let's see. Drew McLean. Thank you, Drew, very much. I read half. Love your vids, by the way. Let's see. They're inspired for my new company that makes Star Wars cosplay. Oh man, good luck on that one. I hope you were highly successful there. Let's see. Is that Elena? Greetings right back to Colorado. Oh, love the blood. I'm so glad. I know I can't. It's hard for me to say it loud enough. I don't say. You can do so much with leather, and you need to get started. You need so little skill and so very few tools. We all know how to use a knife or a pair of scissors, setting a rivet. What a breeze, right? Already you're making complex product. Just those two skills, and very little in the way of tools. You can go full on. I mean, right? I've been collecting, and that's not even close to some that I've seen. It's a blast. And the tools, some of our tools are expensive. Yeah, rhymes with candy, but it's a major difference. If you see the two side by side, it's a huge difference in quality. Like with us, just a good example. Our edgers. Our edgers have this large handle. It's a large ball on the handle. And when I jumped over to Weaver, I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Man, I tell you, the first time I used that thing, that sits so comfortably in my hand. But also the shank, forged. It's a solid shank. I don't know if I could break this. So yes, with Weaver, you're paying a little bit more, but you're going to have a tool that you will probably pass on to your grandchildren. Yeah, you don't replace them. Yeah, buy it once, use it from here on out. In the mechanics field, there's a term for that. And I can't think of it right now, but I bet somebody will chime in with that. Um, let's see. Okay, Tate, Crystal, what do you recommend for lining a rifle scabbard? Man, that's up to you. The shearling. Wow. Okay, beautiful protection. There are two downsides to that. First off is the sewing. We need to shave an edge so that if anybody's ever tried to sew hair on, that hair is just it's everywhere. On one side it covers your stitch inconsistently. On the other side you got a bald spot. Well, if you're lining, that's not really such an issue. But the bigger issue with the shearling on a rifle case is moisture. If it gets in, it won't ever come out, and it will stay in there, and it will rust the gun. It will tarnish the gun. As long as you're not around moisture. But the problem is with our rifle cases, when we hunt, it's in the truck. It's going to rain, so I might just about anything else other than a chrome. If your gun's not always in the case, if you're just going to use that case when we pack up to go hunt, then a chrome's not really an issue. Again, moisture. Another problem with chromes. Chrome's not so much the issue, it's the moisture, humidity. But a veg tan, you know what? No fear, no worries. And undyed. On top of that, we can always line undyed, and it's beautiful. A lot of the top end belt manufacturers will you'll have the exteriors dyed, but the liner is not dyed, undyed. So therefore, no risk of rub off. But yeah, for a rifle case, love the shearling, and it works great. I would just be careful if you're hunting with it. If you got it out and about and moisture, you'll get the moisture out. You will. It just seems like it's going to be in there forever, and it is a little bit hard to get out. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. PrizzyCominku.com. I asked a question before, but there's Chance. Could you do a leather element on hardening things made with wet molding? Yeah, we probably really it's more of a combination of the mold itself. I would bake that. I would hand mold it. Like if it's more of an intricate mold, like say we've got corners or bends. I might say mold it and then bake it. But real baking it, I say bake, but it's more just a curing process. Low temp, short amount of time. But at the same time, I'll need to experiment before I do that video. And that's the only reason I'm a little hesitant there, because I haven't really hardened lighter weights. I'm a little worried about cracking. Not that we're really baking it that hard, but the majority of everything I've baked is from say 10 to 11 ounce up to maybe 22 ounce. So not worried about it cracking. So I'm going to do a little experimenting on that before we go there. Typically wet molding, like a 4 to 5 or a 5 to 6 is going to hold a shape pretty well. It'll soften over time, but I think like right here, this is a good example. I've had this, and we've probably seen this before. This is a box cutter. We've done a video on this. At this date, I think I made this. If I've been with Weaver 5 years, I probably made this 7 or 8 years ago. So for probably 2 or 3 years of that, I wore this 6 days a week, 10 to 11 hours a day. But notice that's about a 5 to 6 ounce, still holding that shape very well. So without necessarily hardening, and I'll work on a video for that, we can get a good mold with good durability. So try that, but bake to experiment. always say experiment. Maybe make a small molded piece out of the leather you want to use. Bake it. I tend to go about 210, between 210 and 220 for about 20 minutes. I just think 220, 20. Because we're not baking it. We're curing it. Pull it out, let it air dry on the mold from there for maybe 24 hours. Make sure, and you can feel it. You can feel that when there's no more moisture in it. Let's see. Okay, Rock Leatherworks. There we go. Good one. Okay, so if they're tossing this in there, they've done it. So bake it 175 for 20 to 30 minutes for a 7 to 8 ounce. Okay, good call. All right. The only downside is curling. If we get it too hot or too long, that leather's going to curl in it. I've done it. I was helping a friend, so I'm not taking the blame off me. I was in charge, but we went a little too long. We forgot the piece. Man, it curled up into an absolute mess. There was no trash can. That was the only place I could go from there. Okay, Rick, yeah. Hardened 45, 8 to 9 ounce wet molded leather in my oven at about 150. Okay, what I'm getting here is let's bring that heat down a little bit. Like I said, I'm only used to doing the really thick stuff. So maybe let's bring that heat down a little bit, maybe add a little time. Experiment with that and see how that goes. Oh, man, Robert Manson. I was just saying that, wasn't I? Baked a leather pocket knife holder, but I overbaked it. Man, I don't mean to laugh. It happens. What a mess. Yeah, we learned from that one, didn't we? And I always say, there's some thread that can that ain't got any thread to a better idea. That's just a disaster. Let's walk away from it. Okay, let's see. Rick Skilltree has some YouTube videos on making your own leather stamps. That and a COVID mask. Cool. That's pertinent right now, isn't it? Let me back up here. Oh man, Rock Leather Works. I know, cry often. I was with them and I love place in my heart for them because I grew up with them. A lot of people did. And this is funny. I've said this before, but it's really pertinent. It came up yesterday in an online meeting with everybody. When I worked for them, Weaver was way in the field. I never even thought about it, but my comment to a number of customers was you start here and you graduate to Weaver. Nothing to diminish them by any means. Great place to start. And we need Tandy. I said it, didn't I? It rhymes with candy. But you do. But you step up. And that's exactly right. You step up to a higher quality leather, higher quality tools. It is what it is. We're both out here. It is what it is. So, let's see. Let's see. First, great effort on pronunciation. That to me is one of the most rude things. It's Polish for by the fireplace. How very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Let's see. Judai de Almeida. I hope that's correct. Man, I'm butchering. I'm sorry. Portugal. I am starting, and I love you. But you know what? Any leather crafter will just bowl you over with information. Sometimes it's a tidal wave of information, and you know. But yeah, like I said, 4 people, 8 opinions. Yeah, you're going to hear every one. That's exactly right. I'm so glad. It's so nice to hear how many people are diving into leather. We can make so much. Rant warning. But all told, we can make everything we wear. Now, socks, maybe underwear. Well, I don't know. There's some, yeah. But the point is, everything we wear, from deep Amazon natives wearing literally a loincloth for protection, up to Inuit hunters who wear hides and live in 38 below with 110 below wind chill. They not only live, but they thrive there. Leather, everything. And almost at one point now, we're getting a little away from this because of the nylons and whatnot. But in sports, not long ago, you almost could not name a sport that didn't use leather somewhere. And I've got a couple of swatches here of football, basketball, and baseball leather. It's everywhere. It's almost so prominent in our world we miss it. Like car seats or airline seats. Now those are cheap now, but our sofas, recliners, our office chair, picture frames in our office that are leather. It's everywhere, and we can make every bit of that with these and a couple of tools and a little bit of skill. I know I can't say that loud enough or often enough. Um, and when you dive in, you're usually amazed that you can make this. And again, we can put it on and wear it and love it. And somebody gives us a compliment. That man, that's right. Isn't that the best part? Oh, I love your briefcase. I made that myself. And so anyway, I know I'm going to come back, reel it back in. Um, but yes, you're exactly right. So there's so much we can do with it. And I'm so happy to see so many new people diving in. Knock yourself out. Just sit down and just play and get in the shop, turn on some good music. You know, the day's done, turn on some good music, hot cup of coffee or cold drink, right? Not going to go. But anyway, what a blast. What a blast. Let's see. Okay. Dustin, um, let's see. My first tools, which I still use today, are from Rhymes with Candy. Okay. Um, let's see. But I bought them as hand me downs from a friend who couldn't take them with him when he moved. Yeah. Same here. We all fall into these tools. And sometimes if you pick up tools from like some of these were made in the 50s and 60s, very high quality. Now, some of the stamp tools, and this is a pretty good example. Some of the stamp tools, you can bend them with your hand. And yeah, we got some samples in when I first started at Weaver. And no kidding, I held it up and just went, oh, how strong. And sure enough, who can bend 3/8 inch thick metal bar stock with their hands? How poor of metal is that? So, not everybody, not going there, but there's some crap out there. There is. And sometimes we get it. It is what it is. Uh, getting more armor videos. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry. Ash Bernard 08. Yeah, armor, that's my thing. I try to not talk constantly about the armor or the period stuff because not all of us are into that. There's so much to leather. I mean, there's so many directions we can go with it. I try not to focus on the armor, but it kind of, it drifts in because that's my favorite. Not necessarily the armor, just the period. Everything was leather. Um, there's so much. Gosh, if you ever just pull up, historic leather items on Google, unbelievable the things that you will see. The Roman armory required over 1 million hides of leather a year. That's just required. I think what I was reading said there were over 3 million hides at any given point in use in the Roman Empire. That was 2,000 years ago. So yeah, look at the antiquities. Cool ideas there. So anyway, okay. Let's see. Okay, Sen, SYN. Hey Chuck, how did you get into making fantasy armor? Got any tips or resources for getting started? Someone could look up. Man, I understand there's some videos out there. I got into it because I worked at the Texas Renaissance Fair while I was in college. It was a weekend job. I worked at the water balloon catapult. Yeah, long time ago. But the fantasy, I'm not big on the absolutely historically accurate. That's a headache. But if you go into the fantasy, well, you've got a combination there. So yes, you're drawing on the historically accurate, but you're adding in a flair. That's the point. That's the best part, is adding in the flair. Let's decorate it. Let's go hog wild on this thing and see what we can come up with. So yeah, I like my two. We're back to the armor. Not long. Well, my two biggest influences was the Conan with Arnold and the Excalibur, the Terry Brooks Excalibur. So you've got somewhat of a historic look and highly fantasy. A cross between the two is my favorite because sky's the limit with decoration. We're basing it there, but sky's the limit, and that to me is the most fun. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Robert Mann said I was recently looking into getting my first round knife or head knife, but they're worth the investment. They can be very expensive. I've got 4 or 5 in my shop. I've got one over here that's a Damascus round knife. Got it at the Blade Show. I never pick it up. Top in leathercraft, saddle folks. They don't use anything else. I don't. I don't. The box knife to me, because I probably picked one of those up first thing, but it's comfortable. I don't have to sharpen. I just switch out my blades. I can retract that blade. The round knife on my cutting tip. Now we can absolutely, and we've got one, yeah, to do a sheath for a round knife, and I've got one on most of my round knives. But even still, I might be bad about just putting that round knife back in that sheath. I can cure that absolutely. It's just a lot of blade. And to me, it's a little hard to control. You can work with it. Yes, you can, and you can get it to where it's an extension of your hand. I've just never gotten there. I love my box knife, and when I joined Weaver, they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd use a box. Why do you use a?" Yeah. So, but I think I might have pulled them over to my way of thinking. I mean, it's just so easy, you know. Anyway, um, let's see. Okay, Viking Kong head knives aren't for everyone. Okay, he's got other knives that work just fine. The comfort, man, that's all it's about. When you make a great product or project, nobody's going to say, "What kind of knife did you use?" You know, it's just, who would care? Um, Go with what is comfortable to you. Then you're going to make your perfect cuts. If it's comfortable in your hand, you're going to make better cuts. Now there's a round knife and a head knife. Round knife is half a moon. Head knife is more half a teardrop shape because it's got that point on it, so you can make tighter cuts with it. Man, that's a lot of blade on that table that I'm moving around in my other hands out there. I'm gonna cut something off. I can count to 21, and I don't want to leave it that way. Okay, might take for a minute for that one to sink in. Anyway, okay. Um, oh man, hold my Americano. My daughter wants to make a leather halter for her toy horse. How cool is that? What weight of leather would you recommend? Oh man, I mean like a 5'6", 6'7". You don't have to worry about strength. You don't have to do two plies like a no. Go with like a 5'6". 4 or 5 might be a little flimsy. You could use it absolutely, but I might say just for looks, maybe bump that up to a 5'6" or a 6'7". Somewhere along the way, I think I've done that. I think I made a harness for a hobby horse. That is a great project, and that your daughter wants you to make one, even better. Dude, that just made my day. How very cool is that? Um, excuse me. Oh, let's see. Paul Neep. Again, I hope that's right. Veg. Chromes, not to diminish the chromes. I call them cut and sews. Well, that's our clothing. And I'd love, if I were better at machine sewing, I would love to make a coat, you know. And I've made a pair of pants for my Ren Fair costume, pair of leather knickers. They're cool. They lace up at the ankle and the waist. Got the cod piece, but they've got suspenders on them because with the armor, everything pushes down. And let me tell you, you can't look cool. I don't care how pretty your suit of armor is. If your pants are around your ankles, you're not going to look good. That's the end of it. But anyway, but yeah, I love the veg because you can do so much. You can form it, mold it, dye it, antique it, paint it. Yeah, so much you can do with the veg. I love that, but not again, the chromes. There's so much you can do there. It's just not the upholstery, the garment end. It's just not my thing. And I could work in it, but it's just not my thing. There are the pros out there that are good. When you buy a used sewing machine, that thing is like 1,000 stitches a second because those folks, they sit down, they hit that treadle go, and it shoots leather through that sewing machine. Man, I'm not there. I am not there. I'm scared when I'm coming to a corner, right? But anyway, veg. I love the veg, but go either way. There's so much leather out there. Let's see. Let's see. Oh man, London Jacks, Bronze Age leather discovery. I love these. I love in Scotland this week. Leather sword scabbard, horse harness with brass decoration. 3,000 years old. We can only hope one of our projects turns up in 3,000 years. Man, I love and I also noticed I forget the name of the pond. I'm a big King Arthur fan. But a young girl found a sword in the very pond that they think the Lady of the Lake is. This happened sometime back. I just happened to see it on one of these paranormal shows or whatever. But it was a cool sword. probably not Excalibur, probably not, but still, right? But still, we're not totally sure. Anyway, let's see. Oh man, take Crystal. I made a head knife out of an old saw blade. There you go. Yep, saw blades. Man, those are they're from sawmills. And I think I had an axe made from a saw blade at one time. Super strong. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Okay, Christopher Gould got a stack of conchos and put some on a belt. Look fantastic. Put them on after watching one of your videos. Here in Norfolk, UK. Oh man, we have many thriving country and western clubs. I'm glad to hear that. Very cool. I would love to come visit one of those events. I just like to come to the UK to begin with. I don't need a reason. Yeah, don't need a reason. Let's see. Okay, Mark Williams got some good advice in there. I'm not going to read that one. I'm going to try to keep moving upside. Try to keep moving. Let's see. Okay, LJ Grass. I think we got cut off. Must have got cut off there. Let's see. Sandy Bush just starting leathercraft for my first project. I designed and made a 3-fingered archery glove for me and my hubs. Perfect. That's what I've said that. Me again. No, not for me. The point there is if you want to jump into leatherwork, the best motivation, and that's how I guess I got into it, was to find something that you want. For me, it was something I wanted and could not afford. A suit of armor or something for the Ren Fair, a cool piece of costume, couldn't afford it. So that gave me the motivation to jump into leather and start making stuff. That's perfect. Sandy, very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't mention that how they came out. I bet they came out great. I'm hoping so. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you're very happy with them. Let's see. Yellow Clayman. Yeah, no, vegan and faux leather. I haven't worked with them any. We got the real thing. So, sorry, I can't really give you a good hint on that one. Yeah, it's something made from mushroom. I can't really give you a good answer on that one. Let's see. Okay, I might have missed one, Rick. I must have missed that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. What do you suggest to attach buckskin to the inside of a turtle shell? Oh man, that's gonna be cool. I don't know. I assume that's probably in the bone category. So therefore, most likely porous. So therefore, most likely maybe the contact cement. But I think we've got, let's see, I think we've got an answer for you there. Let's see. Yeah, maybe that might be right. Some sandpaper might rough it up if that's necessary. So yeah, I'm thinking, I'm Rick. Yeah, I'm thinking contact cement might work there. Let's see, Joe, does Weaver Leather sell 5 to 6 ounce or 5 to 6 ounce 7/8 inch strap, 80 inches long for bullet looping? I don't think we have the 7/8 inch strapping, John. I'm sorry, I don't think we have that one yet. I hope we start doing some more strap. We're making a push into strapping. I think we just released like a purse strap, but I think it's a 3/4 because 7/8 is a little uncommon. 80 inches, yeah, because what you're probably getting around is having to buy a side, yeah, which would be ridiculous expensive if you just need an 80-inch strap. Man, on that one, I don't know the best thing to tell you there. You might, if you can find a saddle shop in your area, they could strap one for you, and it'd be relatively inexpensive. That might be the best way to go. I'm thinking that might be the best way to go, but on the other side, I think we're working towards some more strapping. And I say I think because I'm a little disconnected from the mothership. But I can certainly ask on that one and see if we're working in that direction. Or, man, let me put some thought into that one. I think that's my best advice is to find like a leather shop or a saddle shop nearby. They're out there. They're just, we don't look for them. We don't think about looking for them, but there's some leather shops out there, and I bet somebody'd be happy to strap that for you. Let's see, Amanda Epperson. I have so many things I want to make. Oh, hatband. Oh man. Um, no, hatband. You can go as simple as you want, or you can tool. I think I've got a tooled hatband on my hat. Got a nice Stetson. Never wear it. We own a horse, and I never wear my hat. Um, Start simple, like maybe a half-inch band, 3/8 inch, maybe 5/8 is getting a little bit wider. Maybe just drop in a couple of spots. Spots are inexpensive. Watch one of our videos because I put spots on everything because they're inexpensive, they look good, and they're easy to apply by hand. Yeah, all you need is a craft knife. So start easy, but also too, you can bring the two pieces together. Maybe punch two holes, little piece of lace hangs down the back. That's cool. All kinds of ways we can go with this. But also too, I'm sorry to mention this because we're rolling, having a great time with it. My dad's birthday, so we're gonna go see my dad this evening and eat a bite of dinner with my dad. So we got to jump across Atlanta. Oh man, we're kind of northeast Atlanta. The folks are northwest. It's only like 45 miles. I think 45 line of sight. It's like an hour and 50-minute drive at rush hour. Man. So when dad's worth it. Gonna have a good evening. Let's see. Yes, we do have a gauge. We do sell gauges for leather thickness, and they're helpful. They're helpful. I don't use mine. I've got a nice one. Man, it's big. I got it when Schultz Tannery shut down. Big piece. So it'll go in about 14 inches. Old school too, man. It's got cranks on it. It's old school. Yes, we do sell a gauge. It's not as helpful as I would like. Well, because I've kind of more gotten to a point where I I rarely pick it up to gauge a leather because I more can now feel the weight, and I'm usually within an ounce or two. That just comes with experience. But yes, we do have gauges, and they're very good. Yeah, they're very good. Always nice to have in your shop because I do pull that one down once in a while, and check the weight on a piece of leather, if I'm unsure about it. Oh, Jane, you know what? I will tell him you said that. That will make his day. Everybody, I should be able to print these out before I leave. So I will, you know what? That will make my dad's day. That Thank you, y'all, very much. 89 today and doing great. Dad's doing great. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Amy, Amanda. I hope so. I hope this is good advice. And Amy, bless your heart for saying so. I will tell my dad that. Um, let's see. Let's see. Okay. I know I'm trying to get a good question. Robert Simmons. Robert, I hope you're doing all right, man. Uh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Jargon 911. Aside from Al Stolman, do you have a favorite maker whose tooling skills take Peter Main? Absolutely, Peter Main. And he's one of the kindest people you've ever met. His work is beyond belief. Oh man, Tony Bernier, absolutely, yeah. Oh, and Jurgen. Oh man, I could just go on. Yes, but yes. Look at Peter Main and Tony Bernier and Jurgen and oh man, there's some really good people out there. Their work is so good that it makes me want to either strive or give up. Maybe I don't know. Maybe stamp collecting is my thing, right? No, just kidding on that, but truly fantastic. And yes, it does make us aspire. We may not ever go there, but even if aspires, vocabulary. If it helps us, there we go. Let's just avoid that altogether. Even a little bit, then great. That's the outcome. Absolutely. Always great ideas, though. Let's see. Roy Morgan. I didn't make my dad something this year. And I got too wrapped up in getting videos and work, and I didn't make something for my dad this year. And I make him something every year, but a little bit in my defense, my dad's really hard to buy for or make for. You know, so I've kind of run out of ideas after making leather goods for my dad for 20 years. I've kind of run out of ideas. So we're doing they're not watching, I'm sure. So we made him a big gift bag, with sweets. The last thing he's going to want is sweets. But yeah, sweets and nuts and fun stuff that, he can eat while he watch. He was a Marine Corps fighter pilot. So he watches a lot of YouTube, so he can sit and munch and watch videos. Yeah. So Paulie, thank you. Every one of these, I will tell my dad these. So let's see. Okay. I should have put my mouse pad every time I go to my mouse. It shakes. Sorry. Let's see. Oh yeah, Paulie, no kidding. Greetings from all over the world, y'all. Thank you for that. That will make my dad's day. I mean, it really will, y'all. How very cool. Oh man, leather pilot helmet. Oh no, I've got his flight helmet. I do. That would be cool, man. Old school, but beautiful. You're exactly right. So, y'all, it's 4. I don't want to wrap this up. I could go till 5 or 6 and enjoy. I haven't gotten to any of this. We've got notes from the boss here. We've got homework, questions, theme, the product of the week. I haven't even gotten there yet. Okay, right. All right, you know what? We're okay. Another bit of bad news. I'm not going to be here next Wednesday. We won't be here next Wednesday, and I'm sorry about that. It's something I can't get out of. Nothing bad, but I just can't get out of it. So we'll be back 2 weeks from today. But we'll go long in 2 weeks from today. We're not going to have a time limit. Not that we do, but we're going to go long. I'm going to keep this. We'll go over every bit of this. We'll answer some more questions. Y'all, sorry about next week. I'm going to have to miss out. And man, I hate that more than anything, but can't get out of it. And nothing bad. But anyway, all right. So here shortly, going to make the jump across the Atlanta traffic. Y'all, every one of these, I'm going to tell my dad, happy birthday. And no kidding, y'all, thank you. He's going to get hellos and happy birthdays from all over the world. That's going to make him smile, y'all. So, yes, and I will miss y'all next week. Oh, man, see, we've got all these. Yeah, Clyde Drive. Oh, man, in the K-bar. That's because I made him a holster like the Vietnam era pilots that had like a shell. I think it was 6. See, I got it straight from a picture. And I've given my dad so many leather goods over the years. I told my wife I hate not making something for my dad, but I don't know what else to make for him. But anyway, yeah, the K-bar. Oh, and the sheath, stacked leather handle. Man, leather used to be such a part of our world. Couldn't have survived without it. In fact, there's still areas that couldn't survive without leather. Y'all, so okay, I'm gonna give it up here. QWERTY, ASDFGH. I will tell my dad, thank you for the birthday wish for my dad. I'll tell, yeah, sorry I'm going to miss next week. Man, that makes me feel bad because I look for it. It's the highlight of my week. So y'all, we'll call it here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your input, your questions, your comments, but also almost secondhand because the new folks are great answers to questions, helping me out, answering questions for me, but also we can put in multiple opinions for Leatherworkers 8 opinions, right? Yeah. So y'all, everybody out there, I'll read every one of these probably here shortly, if not shortly tomorrow. Y'all, thank you for every comment, every question, every bit of help. Y'all, I hope everybody has a great evening, second half of your week. I hope you have a great weekend. It's still summer. It's hot, but it's still summer. So, y'all, thank you for every bit of this. I'm going to look forward to 2 weeks from today. Love you guys. Bless you guys. Have a great week, great weekend. I don't want to stop. I don't want to say goodbye. Love you guys. Bless you. Everybody, good luck in our country and all over the world. To every leather crafter out there, big happy family. Y'all take care, and we will see you in 2 weeks.